Steve Salvia, like I said, in the driver's seat. Can't wait to roll up my sleeves with you today. Cannot wait to dive in with this. So we've had a great start to the session this morning. I feel inspired. I feel pumped. I'm actually sitting, just noticing myself sitting a little bit straight in my chair after what we just did with Adam there. So really, really fantastic. I'm just about to give you a look under the bonnet of what used to do in my financial planning and my accounting firm over the years to build my referral pipeline. And I want you to be able to take what I do today and be able to replicate referrals over and over and over again. So really cool. My plan today is to show you how you can loosen up that rusted referrals tap forever. So if you're taking notes, guys, I want you to write down the words. Please do that now. Loosen rusted referral tap. I think that's going to be the key, one of the key summaries from today, because that's pretty much the outcome that I want to get for you. Okay, so we're going to go from a model that you've got, from a referrals model that's slow, it's hard, it's exhausting, to one where referrals come fast. We automate the process so it becomes natural what we do every single time over and over again. It becomes easy. Instead of working too hard and wearing yourself out and forever trying to find new clients, we get full of energy again. We get excited to go to work, and we're excited because we want to see how many referrals we can get over the course of the week as well. Literally, I'm talking about how many referrals can we get this week, okay, and that's where we're going today. So, heaps for us to do together, and so hang on, guys. This is going to be really, really interesting. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be pretty fast for you today as well. So if you just jumped on the line, guys, welcome. Thanks for being with me. Really, really great to have you on board. Actually got a few newbies on the call. I've got a couple of new clients, and I've got a couple of people on the call just testing out, dipping the toe in the water on Coaching Club today. So, guys, welcome to you. So glad you could make it on board, and I hope you get as much joy out of this session as the joy that I'm going to get to presenting it to you as well. So, really, really cool. Just a quick couple of housekeeping, just to let you know again, the fortnightly Sherp, as you know, Tuesday, so the first and third Tuesday of every month, 1:30 Perth time, so whatever that is in your neck of the woods, please be on the call. If you've got a question, love to get those a little bit early, just so I can have a bit of a think about it and have a think about your question and see if I've got something that I might be able to share with you on the call. Happy to do it ad hoc, no worries at all, but if I've got a bit of time, so if you can jump on the call, don't have to be there, but we're getting a lot of value out of that as well, so really, really cool. And also just a quick plug, design service, we've got a lot of design items in the system right now, so thanks everyone for their patience. I think it's ticking along pretty nicely. We've got a couple of big jobs on the go, for a couple of websites and the like, so you know what to do there. Just go onto the design tab in the Vault, and go from there. All right, let's get into this. All right, so we're in. So I can't believe we're in May already so far this year. And each and every month inside Blackwell, we've got Blackwing, we've got a theme, and this month's theme is referrals. And there's two types of referrals. There's referral partners and alliance partners and that sort of thing, which is great. But then there's what I think is probably the most underutilized resource that we've got in our businesses, in your financial planning business, and that's client referrals. I think, I reckon if client referrals are literally a goldmine gone begging for financial planners. Over the years, I've worked with financial planners and accounting businesses all over the world. And one thing I talk to each and every one of them about, and in fact, I'd ask all of you guys on the call. I think I asked this when I first met you guys. Every one of you, I asked you about referrals. I said, talk to me about your referrals. And what I found is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most wasted opportunity for every single business that I talk to is not actively asking for and not having a process for regular client referrals. So you can ask any financial planner, what's your biggest or your best way to get new clients? And they always tell me it's referrals from happy clients, or people refer us, or, we don't advertise, we just get referrals. That's great, that's fine. So to me, the next logical question is, have you got a system to consistently generate those referrals over and over again? And seriously, the answer, virtually 100% of the time, I mean literally 100% of the time, the answer is no. No, I don't. I don't have a system for it. So like most sort of small businesses, financial planning firms, they just don't have a system for generating client referrals consistently. They happen ad hoc, or when someone remembers, or if there's some sort of burning need, but it's that's about it. That's all we've got. So today I'm going to talk to you about what I call how to position the deal, the referrals deal we're talking about here. So I've got what I'm going to show you today. It's incredibly powerful. I'm going to show you an amazing conversation that's so full of value, so logical, it's fair, it creates desire for you, and it gets your clients desperate for you to ask them if they can refer. You know, we want them to be begging to be allowed to refer people to you. That's right. We're going to have them actually. They're going to be allowed to. So they're going to get permission to be allowed to refer from people just like them to you. So they're not going to be able to do it on their own. They're going to get permission, and they're going to ask you, and they're going to be begging you for that permission. So it's going to be a privilege to be able to refer to you. Pretty ninja, right? If you can get this right, it's pretty ninja if you can get people begging to refer to you. So that's what we're talking about here, the referrals deal, and we're gonna make referrals part of the deal when people engage with your business. Okay, that's where we're heading today. So I'm going to talk you through exactly the script that I use, the tools that we use, you know, when to use them, and it's going to be absolutely smooth. It's going to be smooth as butter. Okay, so you're going to love it, and your clients are going to love it as well. All right. So I can't wait to share that with you now. All right, so guys, I just want to just set this up a little bit. You know, in terms of the training today, I want to show you a few things. You might want to jot these things down. So I want to give you 3 reasons that I think the traditional referral methods, just either the method that you bought into right when you first started, or what you first learned when you first started in financial planning. I want to sort of walk you through the 3 reasons I think it's flawed and it doesn't work, and it's actually holding you back from referrals. Yeah, obviously that's the sort of the bad news piece, and then what we'll get that out of the way early, and then what I'll do, I'm going to turn that around. I'm going to show you the 3 fixes. I want to show you how you can remove referral reluctance so that your clients actually can't wait to refer you. Number 1, I'm going to share with you some tools and some scripts, and we're going to use these things to make it a win-win-win scenario, like what I call a 3-way win for everyone involved. So, and then what I'm going to do is show you how I'm going to show you what I reckon is the world's most incredible financial planner referral system. It's a 3 core steps that can take you from struggling to even get 1 referral. I mean, to the point where you're at, you can't see a way forward. You're struggling. You just can't get one. Where a lot of you people are on the call, and a lot of financial planners are right now, to a place where it becomes standard practice in your business. Okay, it's just the way it's done around here. And we're going to take all the referral weirdness out of getting client referrals as well. And at the end, I'm going to show you some tools and templates, and I'll give you everything you need, all the scripting, everything you need so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel and get this thing into your business really, really, really well and really easily. Okay, so that's where we're heading today. All right, so someone's saying they've got a paper. Okay, all right, so guys, does it sound like a plan? I'd love to know from you. So if you can type into the question box, does that sound like a plan? Are you good to go, in other words? So if you can type in good plan or good to go, would be great into the question box, and we're going to launch straight into this. So, all right, does that sound like a plan to you? Okay, I've got paper and pen ready. Good plan. Yes, good plan. Sounds great. Great plan. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good to go. All right, let's get into this. Well, guys, I'm going to start this off today with a question. So I just want to check in with you first, and I'd love to ask you this question. So if I can get you to do me a favour, type into the question box for me. I want to know what frustrates you most about client referrals and why. So what frustrates you most about getting client referrals and why? So do me a favour, take 10 seconds to type into the question box. I'd love to know what's the frustrating thing about referrals for you. I'm pretty sure that most of you guys on the call probably aren't getting the amount of referrals that you like or you need for that matter. So just type that in for me now. Just give you 10 seconds. Too few and far between, right. I wish I had more. Double or triple would be good. Absolutely, Dave. Yes, double or triple would be awesome. Double or triple from 0. Let's hopefully we've got a starting point there. Rick says, people tell me that they've referred me, but I never hear from that person. I reckon that's because I reckon that could be because you haven't educated them. You've educated them about referrals, but you haven't educated them how to refer you. So yeah, Steve says don't get enough. Aaron, the fact that I do not feel comfortable myself asking for them. Okay, that's cool. So we're going to fix that today. Promise the world and deliver an atlas, not qualified. Yeah, okay. So they promise the world and don't deliver what you want. In other words, Matt, no worries. No consistent flow and no processes. Paul, I should do it and I don't. Yeah, okay, Terry, that's fine. We all know we should do it, but we just don't have a process for making it easy. So it's hard to find the right alliances. Okay, that's cool. Today we're going to talk about actually clients, but alliances is, look, the reality is there's lots and lots of alliances out there, but today we're going to talk about client referrals, but that's cool. Great when they come through, but not consistent enough. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, happy client doesn't necessarily translate into referrals. Interesting. Interesting, Julie. Thank you. Preconceived expectations of what they think we do and by when. Yes, Adam, right. Making it easy for them to refer is what I need. Okay, so I'm going to do that today. They want to keep us to themselves. How weird is that? Isn't that crazy? Clients want to keep you to themselves. They must love you. So we've got to teach them that is, whilst we want the love, we want whilst we want the love, we want you out there. We don't want you to be the best kept secret in the world, because that's what most of us are right now. It's hard to know how to position myself, even though I'm different and what I have is valuable. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great. Thank you, Julie. All of the guys, the crews there, Lindsay, Carlo, Owen, Mark, Brian, everyone, the happy crew there at Subiaco. Simple referral steps. Thank you, Guru. Too scared that if we stuff something up for them, mate. Yeah, exactly. So that's a really big one. We're going to sort that out well. I'd love to know I reckon you can count on the palm of your hand how many times you've actually stuffed something up, but fair call. It's real, and it's real in their mind as well. They don't know. They don't know. We want referrals, Lee. Okay, that's probably because we haven't told them. Okay, hey guys, great answers, really, really good, and awesome participation as well. I reckon there's some pretty common themes there, but for all financial planning businesses, have got all those things that I just read out. You think about it, we've all had those things go through our mind before, and so it's good to know where we've got a starting point. So thanks for getting involved in, and that's what I call bringing your A game. That was some really good answers. Okay, so what I want to do again, I'm going to do the same sort of thing again. I want to ask you another question. And this is a really important one as well. This is really personal, really private. I'm not going to read any names out on this one, but I want everyone to answer for me. I just want to let you know up front that I'm not going to, I'm not going to read these out. But there's two important questions we need to know. So if we met at a barbie or a party or something like that, I'd never ask this question. But you're in safe hands here, right? So I want everyone to participate, right? And everything I do in these calls, it comes from a place of love and from the heart. But I want to know, Dan Sullivan, awesome quote, and I keep coming back to it over and over again, all progress starts with the truth, okay? So I want you to focus on referrals for a minute from existing clients, okay? Just for a second, I'm going to focus on that. And I'm not going to read any names out, but I want to know from you, how many referrals did you get, say, in the last 30 days? Okay? I want to know how many referrals did you get in the last 30 days? From clients that you've got, or from clients that you've seen. I want to know how many referrals that you've got in the last 30 days. So if you can do me a favour, I want you just give me a best estimate. It doesn't have to be exact, but tell me, I don't think it's going to be too hard to figure out what the number is. Just type that into the question box for me now. How many client referrals have you received in the last 30 days? Just type that in now. Could be 2, could be 5, could be 7, could be 20, could be 100, I don't know. But could be 0, just be honest. Okay, great, this is good. Okay, 0, 3. So just see if we can get a gauge here. 0, 3, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 3 is good, 3 is good, another 3, 8 leads and 8 sign-ups, awesome, I know who that is and I know why that is, great work, fantastic, 8 in a month, that's pretty good, and 8 conversions is even better, so that's fantastic. 2, 1, 2, 0, 1 in the last 14 days, okay, cool. 3 in the last month. Okay, so pretty consistent. There's one that sort of stands out a little bit, but the rest are sort of 0. 3 is the max. I thought there was one with 4. So they're pretty pretty low numbers. Okay, so next question I've got for you. I'm just going to ask. I just want to set the scene here at the start. And look, the thing is, the reason this came up about a month or so ago, I was talking to a couple of financial planners about this and about what the problems were with referrals, and we kind of summed it up in 2 sentences. You might want to write these 2 things down. I reckon the problem here is that, number one, clients don't think to refer. And the second thing is planners don't think to ask. It's just not part of what we do. So another topic for today's session really could have been, why clients don't refer and why planners don't ask. I could have called that. That's what I could have called this session today. Right, so the next question I've got for you, I want to know, why don't planners ask for referrals? So what do you think? So for you personally, why is it that you don't ask for enough? We don't ask enough for referrals. What is it? What's the problem? What do you think? If you really had to look into your heart of hearts, and we're serious and honest with yourself and with the people in the same room with you there, and with me, Again, I'm not going to read any names. I'd love to know from you why we don't ask. So if you can just type that in, I'll give you another 10. It's really important that we set this scene up right. You know they're important. The only way to get them is to ask. Otherwise, it's just passive, or it's it's passive. What I call passive word of mouth. It's not active referral strategies. And that's fine to a point. But if we have only passive, we're going to get the numbers that I just read out. So please take a minute just to think about your reasons. Be really honest. Think about yourself. Is it a skill thing? Is it just that they don't know? Is it a confidence thing? Maybe they're just, maybe they're really nervous about it, or you're really nervous about it, or is there limiting beliefs in the way? Type in just one or two reasons why, what you think the reasons are for this. So, all right, fear of rejection. We've got, I don't have a process to do it comfortably. Cool, okay, we can fix that today. Prefer to let actions do the talking. Probably lack of confidence. Yes, and the challenge with that, and that's fine because your actions are awesome, but people just don't know. They don't get it. We think about it every day, but they don't. So, and I reckon it could be lack of confidence that goes with it. Don't want it to be awkward, so we just do it in an unawkward way. Amway salespeople ask for referrals. Interesting. They ask for it in a certain way, number one, but number two, Amway salespeople get a lot of referrals. So now I'm not saying I do it the way that Amway salespeople do it, but you know what? Amway salespeople ask for referrals and they get them. So it's an interesting correlation. Need to hone skills, great. Element of fear in how to do it properly. Confidence, awesome. Too focused on getting their deal done. Should be asking from the first meeting. Totally should be, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. Negative connotations, interesting, really interesting. No structural process, feeling awkward, no framework, thank you. There is a perceived potential that if the referral doesn't work, both client and financial planner will be embarrassed. It's something we've got to get over, absolutely, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. And here's the other thing, guys, just make it work. just do a really awesome job. The risk is the client relationship with the lead is big, absolutely. All we want to do, so we just got to do an amazing job. Everything here, everything on Coaching Club is on the proviso or the caveat that you guys do an amazing job for your clients. You used to be worried they would just send me anyone, so just to satisfy people, just to satisfy by on-the-stop request. Not sure what that last bit meant, but yeah, we're worried. That's probably because we didn't position who we wanted as a referral partner as well. All right, okay, these are good, guys. Have a process, but it feels awkward, afraid to push. Yeah, fair enough. Don't push, so we don't push. All right, guys, these are good. I think that if we could categorise those three things, if you think about that, I reckon there's three things. There's head things, so you might want to jot these down. I reckon there's head things. They're your belief systems, either your belief systems or their belief systems. I reckon there could be heart things. So that's fear. So concern, worry, potential negative feedback, that sort of thing. I think they're from the heart. And then the third thing is probably like it's hands things. It's practicality. What do I actually do? I haven't physically got a process for doing it. So it's either from the head, it's either from the heart or from the hands. One of those three. I think all of those answers fit into those sort of categories there as well. Most of us got our own weird referral beliefs going on in our mind. But yeah, here's the thing. Oh, look, I can't do a group therapy session today. I'm not going to. So I'm going to steer away from the head and the heart. And today I'm going to concentrate on the hands. I'd love to. I'm happy to do a one-on-one therapy session with everyone on the call. We'll do that one-on-one. So today, I reckon motion beats meditation. So in other words, I'm not going to do mind voodoo stuff today. I'm not going to unlock your inner referral monster, that sort of thing. We're not going to do that sort of that head stuff. Okay, I'm just going to show you exactly what to do, because I reckon if I can teach you hands what to do and give you the tools to do it and make getting referrals so ridiculously easy and simple, and show you how to do it, your hands will teach your head, and your hands will teach your heart exactly how to do it. If we have a process and we've got a system, it'll give you the confidence, and then your head and heart will follow there as well. So today what I'm going to try and do is install some new software. I think from a lot of those comments there, I think we need a bit of new software, so I think that's where we're going to head tonight. All right. So guys, please grab a clean sheet of paper. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop back a gear. I'm going to speed things up a little bit, and I'm going to kick it back into second. And I'm going to give you 3 hot principles, 3 hot tips to absolutely nail this referral piece. I'm going to show your hands what to do. You're going to teach you the moves, basically, and your hands are going to teach you mindset, and they're going to teach your heart, and it's going to become absolutely effortless. And we're going to build a system for it, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. You're going to do it every single time without fail. Okay, so let's dig in. So I'm really, really excited about this. This is, part of you think about, you're not sure how to get more leads, and you just don't know how to do it. That's part of it. And there's also another part of it is, so number one, we don't know how to do it. And the other thing, the clients are just reluctant to refer. That's the other thing we've got to think about here. We're going to fix both of those things now for good. Okay, you ready? Are you ready for this, guys? I'd love to know, guys, if you're as keen to know a bit more about referrals as I am, I'd love you to just type in the word ready into the question box. I want to know that you are ready to change your referral processes forever. So just type that in for me. Ready, ready, ready. Someone's just typed in, looking like we're chasing more dollars. I've always felt that we did a good job and they will refer. Wrong. Yeah, exactly. And it is. And you've typed in wrong, and it is absolutely wrong, mate, for sure. Great. Pumped and ready. All right, guys, let's change your referral mood forever. All right, so there's this concept. The first thing I want to talk about is there's this concept, and I want you to write this down. And I know there's a bunch of you out there that a bunch of you on this call who know exactly what I'm talking about here. But there's this concept that I want to show you, and it's called removing referral reluctance. Okay, we need to remove referral reluctance. So what's referral reluctance? Let's have a think about it. So it's basically anything that makes a client reluctant to refer to you. It's fairly basic, I know. It makes, number one, so basically anything that makes a client reluctant to refer. It's removing referral fears from you and from them, and it's eliminating any obstacles. So we've got to remove those things. We've got to get them out of our world forever. And I kind of equate it to a seesaw, all right? On one side of it is the risk of referrals, and on the other side is the reward from your referrals. So if you're asking me to refer somebody, so I'm thinking about it from the client point of view now, okay? So if you're asking me to refer somebody, you want me to tell my friends about you, well, first of all, what's the reward? What's in it for me? Number one. Now, some people want something and some people don't, but I'm thinking, okay, so what's in this for me? What do I get out of this? What's my currency? And secondly, what's the risk? What's the risk of me referring you? We have talked about it in our comments a bit earlier. Yeah, some people have brought this up as a challenge. Okay, so what's the reward for me, and what's the risk? Most people see more risk or more hassle, so they just don't do it. That's what they've got in their mind, their perception. Even ones that they really mean well. They say they're going to refer. They're happy with your work. They want to refer to you. They say that they love you and they think you're fantastic and they are advocates of your business. Even those people, they still often associate more risk and hassle with referrals. They're just frightened to do it, basically. So what we've got to do is we've got to make it safe to refer for them. So we need to remove that referral reluctance. In other words, we've got to get rid of all the obstacles, anything that suppresses referrals into your business. It's kind of like we need to take the handbrakes off. Okay? So if your client wants to refer, but there's things in the way, you want to move them out of the way, and then naturally they'll just refer. If we can make it easy for them to refer, they'll refer, and they'll remember to do it. So what are some of the reasons that people don't refer? Well, I've got a couple. I've written a few here down. So I reckon number one, maybe they don't care that much. Okay, let's face it. Sometimes they don't think about you as much as you think about them, or they don't value you as much as you value them, right? And they don't like you enough to refer. Number one, that could be a reason. More often than not, they want to refer, but they just don't know what to say. I've heard financial planners give people their business card and say, hey, if you've got any friends, just give them my card. It's really weird. It's a douchey way of doing things, and it just doesn't educate or position anything in that client's mind. And you know what they do with the card, don't you? And you guys have received cards in your hands before. What is the thing that you mostly do with a business card like that? I know what I do. I ditch it as soon as I get home. I just throw it in the bin. Just don't even get in. I just don't even use it. Right? So that sort of thing. Some clients don't even tell their friends that they've got a financial planner, and that's kind of awkward as well. So some people don't even talk about you. Weird. But common. other people are nervous, that you'll sort of pressure their friends, and that's a really big one, guys. So people get nervous because they feel like you're going to pressure their friends. It's important that your referral sources sort of, knows that you're going to look after their friends and how you're going to look after their friends. We need to tell them, we're going to look after your friends, family, colleagues, and this is exactly how we're going to look after them. We're going to do it in a natural way that adds value, that's not salesy or sleazy or pushy. And if it is, it's going to look then they'll look, because if you do it all those ways, they'll look bad and they'll look like idiots and they'll regret referring you. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that we don't do any of that. Okay, the analogy I use here, there's a some of you guys might have heard of this guy, and especially you guys up in Brisbane. There's this crazy Australian dentist. He's based in the Gold Coast. He's by the name of Paddy Lund. Terry, you might have heard of him, mate. I'm not sure if you have or not. He's by the name of Terry Lund. Paddy Lund. And he runs this invitation-only practice, and he's got a 6 to 8 month waiting list for his dental practice. Really, really successful. One of the things he does, he gives his patients a sheet of paper. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot the exact right time to do this in your business in a minute, but I'm just going to give you an example. But he hands everyone a sheet, and it's called the Your Referral Instructions sheet. And it outlines a few things. So number one, it outlines why referring people to him is expected as part of his business, what to do, it shows how to do it, and in the last section there, it talks about, will we look after your friends? Okay, and it says something like, it says, when you refer a family or a friend or a colleague to our business, it's really important that your friend has a really great experience. Otherwise, it reflects badly on you. So see what he's doing there? He's just addressing the concern that, that sort of referral reluctance concern. And then he says, we will look after your friends or your family, your colleagues, in the same level of professionalism, respect, courtesy as we've shown you guaranteed. Just like you and I enjoy the relationship we have, we're going to enjoy a fantastic relationship with your friend or family member that you refer. We promise that your friend's going to be grateful that they were referred to us, and they're going to thank you for the introduction. So see what they've done? See what he's doing? He's taking away the referral resistance, the risk, right up front, even before the client has referred a person. So now I want you to think specifically about your doing and why your clients don't refer you. How can we get some of that? How can you get rid of some of that referral reluctance in your business? Guys, is this making sense? Just give me, I'm going to clear the raise your hand button. Just give me a raise your hand. Does that make sense, that little bit that I just went through there? See how just in the conversation right up front, he's removed the referral reluctance and overcome those objections before they even came up as objections. So he helped them with it. He taught them exactly what he was going to do. Right? So this is really, really important to get. So I just want to, pardon me, I just want to talk to you for a minute just a little bit about a concept I hear all the time from financial planners. It's called what I call the referral incentive plan. And in fact, I worked with this financial planner a couple of years ago, and he had a sheet. And the sheet said, it wasn't a sheet like I just showed you that Paddy had. It was a sheet that said, if you refer me and they become my client, I'll give you X. I'll give you X, Y, Z. I'll give you money or this thing or a movie voucher or a dinner or a bottle of wine or whatever it happens to be. And if you refer two people, I'll do X and Y. And it was like a sliding scale, trip, overnight hotel, gold class movies, whatever it was, and so on and so on and so on. And just got more and more elaborate further down the page. My vouchers, food, wine, hotels, that sort of thing. And funnily enough, what happened was when I got drilled into his business a little bit more, and I actually drilled down the numbers of referrals, he hardly got any referrals at all. He thought it was a fantastic thing to offer his clients some sort of bribe or a gift. But when I did the numbers, he hardly got any referrals. It's a bit counterintuitive, I know, but it really made me think about incentives and that they don't really make a big difference either way. The clients just didn't care. They didn't take up the offer of getting something for free. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't offer anything, but as if that was like he did as part of a program like that where you get stuff if you refer, it just didn't work. If you think about it, I know for me, I refer people because I refer people a lot. I'm a natural connector. And a few of you guys on the call have had me refer people in different ways to you in the group. And in fact, I've actually got quite a few templates for different referral scenarios to make it easy for me. So up in my signatures, because you know I do the work once and then I save everything as a, if it's worth repeating, it's worth templating. I've got a referral template for financial planners. I've got a referral template for accountants. I've got a referral template for law firms. I've got a referral for general insurance brokers and mortgage brokers. I reckon I'd have 8 or 10 different referral templates saved up in my signatures so that it's really simple for me to refer someone and I can do it really quickly. Okay? But in fact, guys, think about, just for you guys, I'd love to know from you, just think about the last 3 referrals that you gave. So we're all connectors, I'm pretty sure we are, and we refer people to other people, right? So think about the last 3 that you gave, another professional, some sort of complimentary service to your business, something out of the blue, could be anything, What was your motivation for referring those people? So I'd love you to type that into the question form. This is going to be really interesting. What did you... what was the reason? Why did you do it? What were your motives for referring people to someone else? So we're not thinking about you and your clients referring to you now. I'm thinking about when you referred someone somewhere else, what were your motivations for doing that? I'll give you 20 seconds. This is really, really help. This will really help us, okay? I'd love you to share I've got a hunch. I'm pretty sure I know what they are, but I just don't want to give away my theory just yet, okay? So I believe that we're all going to have some commonalities, and there's going to be some common threads to this, okay? So as soon as you can, I'd love you to just type in why you refer, okay? Help the referrer and the referee. Yeah, you wanted to put people together, exactly. Making sure that my clients were looked after, awesome. To help them, yes, Steve. Looking after them, Rob, thank you. Want your friends to experience positive outcomes that you had. Yes, great, Mark, awesome. Receive referrals in return. Okay, cool, that's good, no worries at all. Thought it would help them improve their situation. Yes, Lee. To help the person out, Sanya, thank you. To help them with their need, was comfortable. Notice the theme here, guys. I just want you to notice the theme. Was comfortable in telling them what we do, Matt. To be seen, to be active in problem solving. Great, Terry. Exactly. Again, part of the theme. One of the most important motivators is the desire to share your wins, to share the knowledge that you've got, made a good decision, and others want to know that too. It confirms that you're right. Absolutely. Thank you, Susan. Totally. Again, notice the theme here. It feels good to help another business or another person or another client. Absolutely, Andrew, for sure. Front of mind, mutual good feel. Perfect, Guru. Thank you. To further benefit the client with things outside our skill set. Absolutely, Nathan, definitely. Satisfy need, quality service. Julia, thank you. Protect clients from shysters. Yes. I was empowered to make a qualified recommendation. Adam, absolutely. Notice the theme here, guys. There's absolutely a clear theme, and it kind of leads into, and I knew that those were going to be the answers, and they're amazing answers, and they're absolutely what we're all about. It was nothing to do with anything besides doing an awesome thing for your client and putting people together, and it kind of leads into this tip number 2, where normally most of us want to create what I call a 3-way win. 3-way win. Okay, your client, friend, family, colleague, the acquaintance, whoever it is, they win because they're hooked up with someone with something that's really valuable, really important, and they've got a need for it. So they're hooked up, number 1, they win. Number 2, your referral partner wins because they've got a new client. They didn't have to do any work. And number 3, you win because you were the awesome person that coordinated it all and you put it all together. Okay? And you feel good and you did the right thing and the client needed it and you were the one that was able to coordinate that and set it all up. Okay? And so you win as well. So you see that? 3-way win. I want you to just emblazon those words into your brain. Write it down, everyone, please, in capital letters. I want you to be on the lookout for any time that you can create a 3-way win. I also want you to notice that generally in that theme there was generally no money involved at all. Now sometimes there is, but almost never is the reason that you refer people about money. It's almost always about helping another person out. Okay? So the key point that I want you to take from here, guys, I want you to always be on the give, not on the take. Okay? Always be on the give, never be on the take. Because when you're on the give, and it kind of comes back to what we talked about with Adam earlier. Adam is always on the give, and he gets referrals coming out of his ears. And I'm sorry, man, I'm going to actually put this up. There was one person with a high number of referrals, and I didn't say their name, but I'm going to say it. And you know who the person was, don't you? It was Adam. So Adam was the one who got 8 referrals and nailed 8 clients last week. Awesome work, but it's so weird. I didn't know you were going to put 8 in there, Adam, but there was only one person with a high number, and it's the person that's absolutely a generous soul. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? All right, so most financial planners are basically about, how can I get them to give me something, or how can I get them to do something that they probably don't want to do? I'll have to give them some reward, or bribe them with, or give them some cash, or push them, or make them feel weird, or whatever it happens to be. That sort of thing. So that's where most financial planners are. But the truth is, we've just found that referrals are more about, you've got a person that needs help, you've got a business that can help, and you want to connect the two together because you think it'd be cool and it'd add value to both relationships. Okay? And that's how your clients are going to. That's how your clients will be thinking as well. That's what we want them to think. We want them to know that it's a safe place, and it's just the prudent thing to do is to refer you when the opportunity comes up. So it's what I call the natural referral method. Okay, natural referral method. My friend Taki Moore taught me this years ago, and it absolutely changed my mindset about how to refer and how to add value to people as well. And look, and here's the first big secret. I want you to make it more like like they're giving a gift. I want you to make it like I want your clients to have something like they feel that they feel like they're giving a gift to their friend, family, or colleague, or whatever it happens to be, rather than a bribe or a carrot or a sort of stick scenario. Okay, people don't need to be rewarded to refer you. If you want to reward them, that's fine, but they don't need to be rewarded to refer you. They just need a business that's great. They need an easy way to introduce you two together. That's it. That's all they need. Okay, that's the natural referral method. There was this company in America. I always remember the story. This company in America was called MTI Telco, and they had a program for your friends and family, right? And they said, if you give us 10 of your loved ones, give us 10 of your loved ones and their family details, what we'll do is we'll give them really cheap calls, and we'll give them a discount on something or other, I don't know, phone line rental or something or other. They gave some big discount, a big incentive, and it sounded like a great idea. But what happened is that all these people started to give out their details of their friends and their family so they'd get this discount. So they thought they were trying to do the right thing. But you know what happened? MTI started to bother all the family members and make them feel guilty for not calling their family, and they hounded them. They started hassling people. Hey Bob, hey your friend Bob, your friend Bob Jones is is with us, and he's given us your number, and you need to come over to us so he can get cheap phone calls. That sort of thing. And they got everyone offside, and eventually what happened was MTI Telco, they've gone broke. They went broke. They lost their relationship because they took advantage of the referrer's guilt. In other words, does that make sense? So they lost that relationship. I call it sell me your friends. So we just never want to get into a situation where it's about sell me your friends. In fact, it's the opposite of that we want. You don't want an incentive. You don't need one. Basically, it's just we want the opposite of sell me your friends. You sell me your friends, and I'll incentivize you with money and gifts and stuff like that. No, we don't want that. It's not a good look, and it's not what you want for your business. So find someone that needs something, connect them together, and that's it. And that's the positioning. If you get that in your mind, that's the positioning that we want in your client's mind as well, and you can have that conversation with them. So again, the big secret here is be on the give, not on the take. Be a natural connector. Create a gift that they can take along to their friends or their family. They can pass something on, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. We want to actually provide them with a gift. Okay, guys, with me? Hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully relating these scenarios back to your business as well, and how you can improve what you're doing and how you can do it. By referring, you position yourself, Adam, saying as a key person of influence. Absolutely. We want to be that key person of influence. Exactly right. When you refer, so you've always got to be on the lookout for a three-way win. All right, cool, very good. All right, so guys, with that as a bit of a framework, pardon me, I'd love to know from you, what are you, hopefully you've been taking a heap of notes, and we've gone through a few concepts so far, but I'd love to know from taking out of this session so far, what are you learning about referrals and what you could do or what you might be able to do a little bit differently? Just take a minute. I'd love you to just write it down for a second, guys. So just don't even have to type for a minute. I just want you to write one or two big ideas that you've taken. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. And I'd love to know from you what has been useful, what's been eye-opening. Just write it down. I just want you to summarise what you've written so far and just take down a couple of notes. Okay, so do me a favour. Just take 20 seconds or so while I grab a quick drink. And then once you've written one or two things down, I'd love you to just type that into the question box to me. I'd love to read out what's sort of hitting home for you, what's landing with you so far. What do you think? Hopefully you've got a little bit different slant on the way you're thinking about referrals and how we can overcome some of those objections that we had at the top. So what's been useful, what's been eye-opening for you? Nigel says intention of good around giving. Yeah, intention of good around giving. Exactly. Perfect. James says easier to talk about. Oh, so easier to talk about and easier to do because it's about giving, not taking. Totally, James. You've got it. The easier for you to, it's easy for you to do because it's like giving to them. It's a gift, and it's easy for them to do because it's generous. It's not awkward. Everyone loves having something free, and they want to go away and tell everyone loves something to be able to give a gift to people, a valuable gift, something that they need, and they've got something that they can overcome that need with. It's going to make them look good, and it's going to be helpful for the person they refer as well. Look, you think about it. So it's like if I had, if I had a couple of U2 tickets, right, and I said, hey, dude, I can't make the U2 concert. Let's say pick a band, U2, whoever, and I had those 2 tickets, one for you and one for your friend. You can have them. You wouldn't and you wouldn't hesitate to ask your family member or your friend or your wife or bring someone along with. So if I gave you 2 tickets to a concert and you wanted to go to that concert, you would not hesitate to ask someone else. And that's what it's like. Say, here, pass it on. Now that's the sort of thing we're talking about here. What else we got here? They don't need dollars to refer. Just for reason, absolutely. Help others to help yourself perfectly. That it can be done successfully. Yes, Paul. Should be a normal part of doing business, and not that extra thing that you do. Absolutely, I'm going to show you how to put this into the conversation shortly. People will refer if they know how to. Absolutely, we're going to teach them exactly how to do it. The thing from Patty Lund is so good. It removes all of those objections, and it also teaches them what to do and how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do that. Clear instruction, better expectation. Totally, Guru, really cool. Confirmation of what I feel. I don't need to offer anything to get referrals. Yeah, you just need to offer value and have a compelling reason. Thanks, Dave. Taking the money out of it, just a friend doing a friend a favour. Love that, John. Absolutely, for sure. Just a friend doing a friend a favour. That's where we're going here. Again, I'm trying to just show you, just give you something different, a different sort of framework to think about in this. Okay, so guys, I think we're right on track. And I love everything that you're putting into this. I love the thought that you're putting into this. It's really, really cool. I love these comments. I'm just going to add a couple of little things here. Okay, so I reckon this. So here's the thing that we've talked about incentives, and we've agreed that they're not actually the right way to go. In fact, they're probably the wrong way to go. But if you do this, then if you do this, then I'll give you that. And that's probably not the right way to go. But I think there actually is a couple of ways that you can do incentives. There's a couple of wrong ways, but there's a couple of really right ways as well. And so I reckon the first one's this. The first way to do it is make the incentive something that they can give their friends, like I was talking about with the movie tickets. So, let's say I'm going to refer A, and I don't get anything, but my friend gets A's cool thing, right? And you're going to talk about that a lot in a minute. So I'll give you an example. This is an example I use all the time. There was this awesome. When I was a kid, I was a bit of a surfy dude. We lived on the coast in Wollongong there, where I grew up, and there was this surfboard company called Burn Surfboards, and they had beautiful surfboards and all that, but they also had T-shirts and board shorts and all the rest of it. When I was a kid, I was a massive fan, and they reopened a web store not too long ago, maybe a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago now probably, and my mate Sean, who still lives over there, he sent me an email and he said, hey Steve, check this out, there's this cool referral program. So if I sponsor you, because he still lives around the area, if I sponsor you, I don't get anything. I get some kudos, but if you hook up with them and you jump on their website, just by joining up, what happens is you get a free T-shirt with your first order. So if you place an order, if you buy a T-shirt, they'll give you a free T-shirt. And it's fantastic. It was like him giving me a free T-shirt, and he didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was sign up, and I bought a T-shirt, and I got a free T-shirt out of it. And that was enough to make him want to give me that gift. So we want to make the incentive something they feel like they're giving a gift to a friend, and that's exactly what he said. I don't get anything out of it, but you get a free T-shirt. Good for you. He knows that I like those T-shirts. So he doesn't get anything, but I got something out of it. But he felt like he was giving me a gift. Does that make sense? It made him feel super generous, and that's what we want your clients to be thinking when they refer to you. So there is a right way to do it. So make them feel like we're giving a gift. I keep going back to that. The second way is if you do want to give a gift or a thank you thing or something like that, it's totally fine, but what I want you to do, I want you to do it after the event. I want you to do it as a surprise, not a bribe. Okay, that way, again, it feels really, really generous. Okay, so we want to surprise them with something cool or a handwritten note with a sincere thanks to it. that sort of thing. And what I used to do on that, just to show you guys, we used to have this referral thank you letter. And I hope you guys can see that on the screen. And it just basically said, hey, thanks for your referral. And we ended up having to do a thanks for you. We did a thank you for your referral. Then we did a thanks again for your referral, and then we did a thanks for your referral. So we had like 3 or 4 or 5 different referral letters done up because we kept getting referral after referral, and we had to keep changing up the letters, which was pretty cool. But we said, hey, Fred, hey, Mr. Client, or g'day, or whatever. I used to say g'day or hi. I'm always grateful for those valued clients who have sufficient confidence in my firm to refer their family, friends, and colleagues and acquaintances. So therefore, I want to thank you personally for your referral of blah, blah, blah to our business. I know your faith is going to be well founded. However, it's also important, so you know how important positive client referrals are to me, but it would be unrealistic to expect that we only ever receive praise. I'm therefore keen to have any feedback on things that you might, you might receive on our firm, including suggestions as to ways we can improve things and improve the service offered to our clients. So you see how I'm also asking for help there as well. Here's some praise, but we don't always expect to be perfect. I'd love you to tell us if there's anything you ever hear or anything you can think of that we can do better. Please accept a small token of our appreciation. I hope you continue to speak positively about our business. And here's some gold pass movie tickets, or here's a bottle of wine that we got labelled up, with their own label on, or that sort of thing. So the actual gift came after the event. All right, it wasn't part of the deal. It wasn't part of the bribe. It just came after the event as a surprise. I think that's the way to go. So make it a gift after the fact, not a carrot that you dangle out in front of people, in other words. Okay? Guys, would you like a copy of that letter? Would you like me to chuck that up in the vault for you after the session? Would you like, if you'd like a copy of that template, just raise your hand for me, and I'll, for those people who raise a hand, happy to chuck that into the vault after the session. So this will be, yeah, great. Okay, heaps of cans. Cool, no worries at all. And you can just tailor it up, and like I said, when you do this well, you'll need to make, unfortunately, really good, that you'll have to make 2 or 3 or 4 versions of it because people keep referring when you get this right. Okay, all right, so JD, we're going to put that letter into the vault there as well. So on webinar, Wingman will be on that like a flash. All right, guys, so let's do this. Okay, let's move on. So next part of this, really, really important part of this. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this now. I'm going to get hands-on with this part of it. Pretty much on track, so time should be good. I want to break this into 2 chunks. Okay, so the first chunk is I want to walk you through what I reckon was possibly the most incredible referral system for financial planners that there is. Okay, it's a big call. It's a massive call. But I totally believe in it, and my business was absolute testimony to the amount of referrals that we got. I actually just built a lead magnet I'm actually going to be putting out to the financial planning market. It's called the Rapid Referral Cultivator. And guys, I'd love you guys to have first sneak peek at it. We're going to launch this in a couple of weeks or so. But if you guys, I'll raise you. If you'd like a copy of that, just put me in just put me into the question box. Just type the word rapid in capitals into the question box, and if you'd like a sneak peek of this before it goes to market, I'd be happy to send this out to you as well. So I've been working behind the scenes on this Rapid Referral Cultivator. We've got rapids everywhere, rapid thanks. Okay, guys, so JD, just take a note of who's typed in rapid there, and we'll make sure we get this out to them separately as well, so you can have it before it goes to market. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to sort of talk about today. So it's basically, so it's 3 core steps. And it's going to take you from struggling to even get 1 referral. I mean, literally at your wit's end, you're losing your will to go on, you're frustrated, you're working so hard to get new people in the door and you just can't get any referral like it, and there was a lot of zeros in that last month. So I'm going to take you from that. This lead magnet, or this strategy guide, sorry, it's going to take you to a place where they come into your business. Referrals are just going to flow into your business if you do it right. Standard practice, because it's just part of the deal that people refer you and refer your business. Just how it works right here. And you frame it up so only certain people are allowed to refer you. Not everyone's got the privilege of being able to refer you, because not everyone gets invited or not everyone gets asked to be part of the referral part of your business. Okay, so just notice the language there. Yeah, that's how I sort of just instinctively, my voice went a bit lower, my voice went a little bit slower, my tone got deeper, and I actually got a little bit serious just then. And I just did it instinctively. Yes, I went into authority tone just then, just right as I started to talk about me positioning whether you can refer to the business or not. It's just wired into my brain now. and I want it to be wide into yours as well. I like, if you get asked to refer, you've made it. It's a privilege to be asked to refer, and if clients want to be desperate to get that privilege, they actually feel honoured to be asked to refer. It's really, really cool if you do it right. Because the reality is, guys, sometimes you don't want to ask people to refer, so you want to position it, and because you don't want D-class clients referring you other D-class clients. And someone mentioned it in the comments before. I keep getting crap referrals, so we don't want Ds referring Ds. Okay, so it's a three-step process that I'm going to walk you through, and if you do it right, it's going to change everything that you do. It's going to take the whole referral weirdness out of your process. So in a minute, I'm just going to walk you through that and how to pre-frame it, so you can get this referral thing down pat. You'll know exactly what to do, when to spot the right moment, when's the right time to get referrals, you know exactly what to say, when to say it, you'll have the right tools, and it's going to be really, really easy for you, okay? Guys, I might actually just skip that next question and I might move on. Can I just get you to grab your worksheet out? And probably going to do more on paper and that, but you can walk along with me with the worksheet. Oh, by the way, guys, how do you like our cool new our worksheet covers so that you can keep track of what's happening and which worksheets will feed what? Guys, give us a year or a something like that to indicate how amazing our new worksheet cover sheets. I'd love to get your feedback on those, and what we'll do is we'll put the image of whatever the session is on the front, so you can sort of go back to them really quickly and yeah, keep a track of what's going on with them. So we just added that, make it a little bit easier for you to go back and check your worksheets. All right, so guys, I want you to grab your worksheet out right now, and I'm going to get you to do me a favour. You'll notice there's 3 circles in that main part of the worksheet, and there's one at the bottom, one in the middle, and one at the end. And I want you to write the word at the bottom. I want you to write the word plant. I want you to write the word plant in capital letters on the line there. I want you to, because what we're going to do, we're going to plant seeds. Okay, we're going to plant seeds. This is called it's a 3-step referral cultivation program. In other words, we're going to set the expectation that referrals are the way you do things around here right up front. We're going to plant the seed right up front, and then we're going to. I'll tell you what the other ones are, but I'll get you right in a minute. We're going to water the seeds. We're going to watch and listen for referral moments, and then when it comes the right time, we're going to harvest those seeds. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, make it really, really simple so that people want to help and they know exactly how to do it, and it just happens really naturally and it comes naturally for them. Okay, so we've got this model now. We've got 3 circles: plant, we've got water, and we've got harvest. Okay, we're going to talk about, so I want to talk about the rapid referral cultivator here. It's the plant referral seeds is the start. So here's the first thing you do. When you've got a new client, when they come in, when they first come in to see you, you've got your initial engagement meeting. And this is the part where you position. And you might want to just in your notes there, or just on a piece of paper or underneath in the circle, wherever you can fit this in. But really, guys, you want to position. You want to position 3 things. You want to position you want to position your business, and you want to position the process, and you're going to set up an expectation of how it works in your business. You guys have known me for a while, guys. You know how to do this properly. We use an agenda to frame things up in the meeting. Okay, so we use as you know, we use the agenda to frame all of this up, exactly what's going to happen today. And there's a part of it where you get commitment. You're going to give them a commitment, and they're going to give a commitment to you. And the thing we use there, we use the corporate profile tool. Okay, so we use the corporate profile, the agenda to position it right up front, and then in the corporate profile we've got a part where it's a joint commitment statement. So we go through the meeting format, and everything's been set up to culminate in our value proposition. Okay, most importantly, it opens up the space so that you can go through the 6 critical pills that we want to tell them. Remember the 6 magic pills? We've got to dispense 6 magic pills so that people are crystal clear before they decide to proceed, or before they pay you high-end fees. Okay, you know what they are. You might want to write these down if you haven't got them there, but 6 most important things that we talk about in the conversion conversation: who you are, how you operate, the services you provide, what you can expect, what they can expect, sorry, your business's XYZ planning process, so your 5-step process or whatever your process is, and then the first 5. And I'm not going to run through all of those right now. I wish I had time to, but I won't. And then what you're going to do, you go into what you could do to do that. You can go into the how to get hired like a pro video in the bottom. We'll go through all of these 6 steps to show you how to get hired like a pro by dispensing these pills. You've got to remember that most people have never seen a financial planner before. They've got no idea what to expect. They've never been to a financial planner, or they've had a bad experience with a financial planner, and they think you're that same person. So it's really, really important that we engage them using this corporate profile. But then at the end, the sixth part is the positioning section, and it's what we call our joint commitment statement. It's the joint commitment statement as part of the process. And it's going to include the fact that as part of working with you, they're going to need to refer you, and they're going to need to refer and speak positively about your business. It's part of the deal. This is our commitment to you, but here's your commitment to us. We need to make sure that they hear and that they acknowledge that part of the initial, that part of that is the process, and they do it as part of that initial engagement. We need to make sure that they hear it right up front. We want to make sending referrals a condition, almost a condition, of working with you. Okay, we want to set the expectation up front. I'm trying to ram this home, guys, really, really clearly. I want you to get this part of it. We want them to think. We want them to know that if you ask them, they will send referrals, and if you don't ask them, they're not allowed to. And when you can ask them, and then you get enough people, and then you stop asking them. And then if you need some more clients, you can turn on the tap. You can unloosen that rusted tap and get some referrals whenever you ask. It's going to become part of the process because they've agreed to it. It's part of the deal. Okay. And the thing is, it's a privilege they've been asked as well. Now, guys, again, this presupposes that they're getting value and they've had an amazing client experience. And if they're not, that's a whole other training session, right? So, I mean, literally, we're going to set the expectation up front. As long as everything's been good and they're happy with your work or whatever it happens to be, they're going to be super, super, super clear that you can rely on them to get referrals and to get them to refer people when you need them to. And I'll walk you through exactly how to do that in just a second. The bargain is this. It's basically pretty much, it goes like this. And, so, it's but the commitments, I just, when I do this, it's like we go through our 9-box framework, and as part of that, we're in the get hired piece, and we've got the 9-box conversion framework, and we go through every single point one by one in the corporate profile. And then we're going to get them to acknowledge every single point with in the commitment statement, and we're going to get them to acknowledge every single point in the commitment statement with a nod or a yes or a grunt, any sort of acknowledgement that gets them to sort of say, yep, it's like implied agreement. Okay, we want to get them to say, yeah, okay, all right, or whatever it happens to be, and we're going to walk through each and every point, and they're going to sign off on it at the end as well. So it's like, the commitment statement script. The script I used to use something like, hey, Fred and Mary. So what I like to do, Fred and Mary, I like to have a mutual commitment statement. So I like the ground rules, so that we're both really, really clear on the expectations that we have on one another, and the long-term professional relationship that we're going to have together. Is that okay? So let's read through these, and let's read through them now, and if there's anything that doesn't make sense or that you're not sure about or you want to have a chat about them, we can talk about them now so that we're really, really clear up front what the expectations are from my end and what the expectations are from your end. Does that sound okay? Does that sound fair? So I sort of transition into the commitment statement like that. Okay, so just, let's just have a chat. This is what I believe this is the ground rules, and we want to do it that way. So so that's the sort of thing that we do. And then you want to go into, and we just basically say, here at Southern Financial and Accounting Firm, we take the relationship. This is actually on the commitment statement. We take our relationship and the scope of work and advice that we provide really, really seriously so that we can make our client and business relationship hugely successful. We've developed some simple guidelines to make the process as transparent as possible, and we're just going to walk through those now. And basically, we just put we want a big list. So this is how we roll, basically. So we're going to, lead you and guide you and advise you. We're going to help you hit targets. We're going to help you achieve your goals. And I'm going to care about you and help you succeed and work hard and be diligent and I'm going to be objective. I'm going to be on time every single time. I'm going to keep you informed, offer you leadership, course correction. All these just basically the things that you do as part of your relationship. Okay, I'm going to help you hit targets and hold you accountable and all those things. I'm going to do cutting-edge training and help you and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we want a big, long list from our side of things. So this is our commitment to them. So this is my commitment to you, Mr. Client. Big, long list. So you just read through them. And then at the end of it, they're going to say, wow, that's fantastic. And they're going to say, and you ask them, does that make sense? Does anything need to be clarified there? And they're going to say, no, that's fine. You've explained it clearly. And then you can say, oh, great, no worries at all. Let's go on the other side. Let's have a look on the other side. This is your commitment to us. This is what we require you to be committed to, and it's a very small list. So just write that down, guys. Big, long list on your end of all the things that you commit to, but their list is very small, and it's pretty basic. The first thing I need you to be committed, I need you to be committed, okay? Because I'm too busy to waste my time. I've got a lot of clients, and I can't waste my time if you're not committed. Okay, so do you agree with that? I'm going to say yeah. Okay, and and the second thing is you've got to show courtesy, respect, and professionalism for me and my team. And the way I frame that up, I used to say, I want you to blame a system, not a person, because my team are always trying to do the absolute best for our clients, but sometimes shit happens. Sometimes stuff goes wrong. So I want you to be always courteous, respectful, and professional. Are you okay with that? Does that make sense? I'm going to say yeah, because who's not? Think about these. Who would say no to these? Who wouldn't agree to this? Third thing, you've got to be punctual so that I can run my business smoothly and we don't have holes in our diary and we don't have to chase you up for appointments and that sort of thing. Punctual, and I always used to say, if it's time for your review, I need you to be proactive and come in for your review. It's part of the deal, and we don't want to have to be chasing you because we're too busy to be chasing you. Does that make sense? Can you be punctual? You're going to say yeah. And the next one I used to say, you must complain. I want you to complain and complain loudly. If something upsets you or something goes wrong, so then I can apologise and I can rectify it really, really quickly so it doesn't happen to anyone else. Because we don't want to make mistakes, but sometimes stuff happens. So I want you to complain. Are you cool with that? And people say, yeah, that's great. They know now. If something goes wrong, it's okay to complain. And don't take complaints as a negative. Actually, there's another session I'll do one day. How do we turn a complaint into an opportunity? I'll show you that one day. And then the other thing is you've got to pay your fees on time every time. So before we start. Now, guys, most of you guys have been on a catching clients strategy session with me. Do you remember some commitments? There was the 3 quicks, and then I'll walk through some things. You're committed, you've got to be the real deal, you have respect and courtesy. I gave you some commitments that you need to adhere to. And they're a really, really important part of coming on board, okay? So we've got those. So you've got to pay your fees on time every time because I don't want to be chasing you up. We're not a charity. I'm not, and I don't want to become a debt collector. Are you cool with that? And people up front, they're going to say yeah, because no one wants you to think that they're not going to pay their bills. And then the last one, and I used to position it, if and only if you feel that I've added value and you've enjoyed the journey with us, if I ask you, and because I don't ask everyone, I'm going to request that you refer people in your network or your sphere of influence who you feel would also get some benefit out of the work that we do. That way, I can make sure that I can continue to have a flow of quality clients coming into my business, and I can spend less time out there having to work hard to find new people to talk to or to work with, so that I can spend more time on what's important and looking after my clients, looking after my portfolio. Okay? Does that make sense? After your portfolio. Does that make sense? Yeah, you want to say something like that. So you want to position it so that if you ask, and only if you ask, they're going to refer people so that you don't have to waste time building your business and going out there and networking and finding new people if you ask them. Okay? Does that make sense? And they say, yeah, that's the sort of thing. So that's how I used to position it. Guys, just raise your hand for me. Do me a favour. I'm going to clear the raise your hand. Do those 5 or 6 points there, do they sound fair and reasonable? Just thinking about it, do they sound fair and reasonable? Is there anything weird, anything pushy, anything rude in any of those? Just raise your hand for me and let me know that, do those things sound fair and reasonable to a normal person? And they do. They sound, I've never ever had a time where someone says, no, or I don't agree with that one, or no, I'm not going to be punctual. Oh, what, you want me to be committed? I've just never had it. You want me to pay my fees, my bills on time? Oh, I can't commit to that. Because if they do say that, well then they're out. They don't get through. You close the door. Okay. So I think every single person's either made me a comment or raised their hand. So they do, right? So I just want you to get that there is nothing pushy, nothing weird. There's no hassle in that. There's no salesy thing in there. It's just standard business. It's just quality business practice. Okay. And they say 100% of the time, yeah, that sounds okay. And you don't even really need to explain much of those. But notice what I also did along the way. Are you committed to that? Can you commit to that? Yes. Are you okay with that? Does that make sense? Yes. Grunt. Yeah, anything that gets them to acknowledge that it sounds fair and reasonable. And then you can say, great. And then you're going to say, great, we'll talk about that later. So all we've done is we've positioned it up front, and then got them to agree, and then I actually physically, you've seen me do it before, guys, I actually physically move it like I pretend it's in the air, and I push it out over to the left-hand side and say, great, we'll talk about that later. I'll park that. But now we've basically got implied acceptance of the deal. They've just they've just agreed. So as long as you do the right thing and have it and give them a good experience and do good work for them, they've just effectively agreed to being part of it. So two big lists. One big long list and one reasonably short list of the expectations, including that there might come a time that, and they only might, because you don't ask everyone, right? This only might. See how I've just made it exclusive and it's therefore more valuable as well. There might come a time I may ask you for a referral, okay? So that's the first thing you do. You make it a bargain. You make it a deal. In the very, very first meeting, right up front, it's positioned. You've just, and you use the commitment statement as the tool to do that. We've just made a deal with them. We've just made a bargain. And they've agreed to it, okay? And then you can bring it up later because hopefully they're going to want to be one of those chosen few that actually get asked to refer. Okay. I've got a question for you guys. Do you have a bargain in your business? Do you have a deal in your business? So when a client first joins, referrals just sort of the way things are done around here. Do you actually have that in your business? Just let me know. Just clear the raise your hand button. Let me know if you've actually got a bargain or a deal like that in your business. Is there a deal? Is the last one, yeah, it actually, so Terry says, is the last one always agreed to? Do they ask further questions at this stage? No, they don't. They just never do. If I ask you, and only if I ask, you'll agree to refer it. Because think about it, Terry, everyone, and think about everyone, guys, people want to refer. They just don't know how, and it's too hard. Yeah, they just don't know how, and it's too hard to do. So no, everyone refers, and it's a reasonable request. And everyone knows, everyone's got some sort of inclination that, when you're dealing with a professional firm, the businesses are built on referrals and things like that. So yeah, so mate, never, ever, ever, ever cannot think of a time when that's been an issue. All right, someone's asking, can we have a copy of that? Well, maybe. We might be able to do that for you for sure, because that's kind of that's the base. So that's what we're doing. We've got a base. So look, I used to coach this client in the UK, and sorry, I think I've just skipped a slide. There you go. So there's the list, and this is the sort of the one that I'm doing in my corporate profile. But actually, the one that's in the corporate profile now, that was the sort of the older one I used to use. I've actually, in my newer corporate profile, I've actually got this big long list here. So it's a little bit different. So that's the one that I just went through with you now, and this will be in the vault in the coaching club session with this video, and that's the one that we've got in the corporate profile. Similar, but a little bit different. But I have changed it up a little bit. So that's the thing. Yeah, Coach I used to work with him. He was actually from the UK. I used to work with him on Skype a lot, and it may not be right, but he used to say this. He used to say the price will be X, like £3,400 and 4 referrals. He'd send them out a thank you letter and a gift and feedback form at the end. It had 4 referral spots at the bottom to give those client referrals. And guess what? They used to come back completely filled in. So he made part of the deal right up front. It was XYZ dollars and 1, 2, 3 referrals, or however many it was. That was his price. And he used to get referrals coming out of his ears. Every single time he sent the form out, they came back with 3 or 4 names on the thing. Kind of extreme. And I'm not saying that you should do that, but just using it to illustrate the point. It became part of the deal, and he got referrals back. So we're planting the seed, all right? We're planting the seed here. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sending referrals a quasi-condition of doing business with your firm. And don't forget, guys, who makes the rules wins the game. All right, so we're going to make it part of the rules. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, we're going to. Oh, sorry, I've actually got the wrong slide here. I have to go back. Sorry, guys. We're going to move to the water part here. So we're going to go back to this model, and you've got hopefully written water there in that model. So what we're going to do, in other words, we're going to watch out for the wind. So we've planted the seed, and now we're going to water it. We're going to watch for the wind. It's what I call watch for the wind. You're going to keep an eye out for the perfect time to remind people about how to refer and remind them about the referrals deal, and also we're going to ask for referrals. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So a couple of times when you can watch for the wind. This is where we water. Okay, so after they've had an awesome experience is one time. So, what's your client journey like? Are they having an awesome experience when they work with you? Are you following the process maps and giving people an incredibly wow experience in working through the journey with you? That's the first part we've got to do. So, what about what are your touch points like? What's happening in your process? Are they X factor? Do they get an X factor experience every time they touch your brand? So, because if they are, that's one time that you can be bringing this up after they've had a win. There's another time. You've picked up their super, or you've satisfied some sort of financial need or some desire that they had, or you've reduced their tax, you've given them some certainty about their future or their retirement future or whatever it happens to be. Sometimes when they're crying tears of joy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I used to make it my business to try to get my clients to cry at some stage in my meetings. I really did, because it opened up so much, and normally they were tears of joy. Okay, so you might, so that's a time to ask as well, because they're really emotional at that time. You've set up some insurance for them, you've saved them some money on their insurance or their super, freed up some cash flow, completed the process and got it done and implemented, and I reckon that's normally the best time. So once everything's done and the job's done and dusted, I personally used to use that as my time. But there's also other times to look and find opportunities to ask for the referral. When there's some emotion and they've had some wins, okay, that's probably the way to best summarise that part. Also, other thing, you probably want to do it early in the piece while there's still emotion, while it's fresh. While you don't want to wait 12 months or a year, or whatever, and ask them for referrals at that time, because the emotion's gone by then. You want to do it sort of within the first, I reckon, 30 to 60 days of working with you. Because if you do it then, if you do it then, you have raving fans right at the start. If you do it the Blackwing way, you've got people really, really excited at the start, and before they've even met with you. So I reckon within sort of 30 or 60 days, that's the time to be asking for referrals. So the value's stacked right at the start, and that's when we want to look for that opportunity. So whenever you see that there's some sort of success, is a good time to ask. Okay, it's a little win, a big win, whatever it happens to be. You want to make a list and keep a note, or you want to just be able to remember their wins along the way, so that you can come back and re-energize them about those wins. And then once you've re-energized, you've taken them on a journey, you can then come back to the referral deal. Here's another way I used to do it, guys. One other thing I used to do, another way I used to bring it into the conversation was I had, sorry, I'll just skip past that. I used to have a referrals plaque on the wall behind. So I used to strategically position it from where the client was sitting, where the client seat was, they were looking at me, over my shoulder, and over to the left or to the right, so that they could see the referrals plaque the whole time that we were having a conversation together. And I used to put the referrals plaque in a gold frame, and it's set up on the wall, just pretty much if you look straight past my head. I wanted them to be able to see the referrals plaque on the wall there behind me, just behind where I sat. And I was thanking them for a referral before they'd even referred me. Okay, and I'll give you the script that I used to use. I used to walk through the corporate profile, and there's a part in the corporate profile where it talks about my code of ethics and professional conduct. And I'd say something like, and I'll just give it to you on here, the referral. And so I'd say, so guys, I'd talk about that code of ethics and professional conduct, and I'd say, guys, we're trustworthy. We embrace honesty, integrity, and confidentiality. So Fred and Mary, so the ethos in our business is that I want to give you excellent advice, exceptional service, and keep our fee structure fair and transparent, so that our clients will stay with us for a long time. And yeah, guys, so in other words, if I do a good job for you, you'll be happy, you'll get ahead, you'll stay with us for a long time, and I'll get paid to do that. And that's how we'll make our money, basically. So I used to sort of frame it up like that. But on top of that, and then what I'd do is I'd turn around and I'd point to the gold plaque over my shoulder, which they'd been looking at the whole time while we were talking. And I'd say something like, and so I'd say my business, and that's what the plaque says, our business is built on referrals, thank you for recommending me. And then I'd say, the reality is, guys, virtually all of our clients have come to us through referrals, either from an existing client or a happy client or another professional, just like you guys have been referred by XYZ, right? So because mostly people came in through referrals, so they knew the process. That's why it's critical that we're honest and we've got integrity and all of those other things, because otherwise we wouldn't get so many referrals. And the fact is, we're flooded in referrals. Does that make sense to you? So that was another time that I used to position referrals. Okay, so at some point in the journey, if and only if I think I've added significant value and you're happy with me and my work, I'm going to ask you to refer me to friends, family, colleagues, or people just like you who might also get some benefit out of the work we do. Does that sound fair? Great, we'll talk about that later. So that was another time when I used to do it in the meeting, and I used to use the referral plaque as my tool to do that. Okay, so and it worked absolutely incredibly well. Okay, so guys, referral plaque. Who'd want a copy of the referral plaque? Would you like me to add that to the to the IP after the session. If you want a copy of that template, it's just a Word doc. You can print it up probably better than that. That's a pretty old one now, I've got to say. But anyway, you get the thing. You can yeah, no worries. Also, I'll put that in with the video. Heaps of people saying yes, raised hands, yes please, yes thanks. If you can, I'll do that. No worries at all. Just a really good, easy, non-threatening way to yeah, get referrals. Just sorry, got a little spinning wheel of death happening here. All right, guys, let's change tack just a little bit. I want to just check in. Think about what we've done so far, guys. I want to know from you. And I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty straight after this part of it. But what I want to know, guys, I want to check in, have a break, have a breather, and say, guys, I want you to do me a favour. What have we done for our clients' mindset so far? We've planted the seed. We've seeded what's going to happen so far. So in that plant and water section, you know, what's just transpired? I want you to notice what's been happening so far. Just check your notes, and I want you to think about what's happened so far in this process. You know, what have you noticed? What have you picked up on? What have you just seen about how this could help you position the deal right up front? So just type, oh, Julie, don't tell me. There's a typo on the word certificate. Thank you. I'll fix that one for you before I send it out. So funny. Oh dear. I love having a spelling police with me, especially because I'm hopeless at spelling. So great. Okay. So what have you noticed? A client pointed out to me that a client pointed out to me it has two F's. It should be one. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's that same thing. Thank you, guys. I'll fix that. Great. Once the client has been on board long enough for them to believe that we would what we believe and see the bigger picture, we send them out a compendium, to their place of employment and branded products. Yeah, that's what we did last week, mate. Yeah, we did this in the session wrapped in the corporate ribbon. Inside it's got 3 VIP. Yeah, great, awesome, mate. No worries at all. We've got some VIP stuff for them in there, qualified referrals, and then ask them what to look for. Awesome work, mate. Thank you. Yeah, you've been around for a while and you're doing it really, really well. We love that. Made it a privilege to refer. Not everyone gets to be part of the deal. Thanks, Lee. Made referring part of the process, not something extra. It's just in the discussion now. It's just in. Made it easy for them. We haven't even made it easy for them. We've just got them to commit just now. I'm going to show you in 2 seconds how we make it easy for them. Terry, thank you. It's exclusive. It's an expectation. It's a positive thing that they can do for us. Absolutely, Susan, you're getting it. That's exactly right. That's what I want you to. That's the sort of thing I want you to be. That's what I want to be landing here right now. Oh, holy crap! It's 11:25. Sugar. Okay, I better go. I better keep going. It's a privilege. It can be clear. All right. Okay, guys. Right. I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of this now. I just looked at the time. We've planted. We've watered, and we're now going to harvest the seeds. Okay, so we're going to harvest these seeds. So this is the third thing. We're going to make it easy for them. And remember, there's only 2 reasons that people don't refer. Remember this, guys. They don't know how, and it's too hard. Okay, so we need to fix that. So once you've spotted the opportunity, and it makes the client feel good, or they've just had a win, or they've got some comfort, or they feel security, or they've got peace of mind, or you've just finished the process for them. Just some sort of time, and I reckon at the end, like I said, probably at the handover meeting is the right place to do it. It's a perfect time to ask to do that. But there's a couple of challenges around this. Financial planners have no idea. It's awkward. We don't know how to ask for referrals. It's awkward, or they just skip over it. Or you hope and pray that people will tell their friends without any prompting, but they just don't. And a few people said that earlier. I think they're going to refer, but they never do, and that's right, they don't. But most clients just have no idea how to talk about you. I mean, think about it, guys. You guys are on this training to try and learn how to do better with referrals, and you guys are professionals, and you know all about it. People just don't know. They've got no clue. So they've got no idea whatsoever. And what we're going to do. We're going to make it drop dead easy, a no-brainer that they should refer you and how to do it with them. Okay. So I want you to do 3 things right here. I want you to have, number 1, I want you to have the referral conversation. Write this down. I want you to have the referral conversation in the harvest piece. Number 2, you want to give them the tools and the scripting to help them refer you. And number 3, you want to make it easy as possible so that they can be comfortable to go out and spread the word about you. So they're the 3 things. Have the conversation, give them the tools and the script, and make it simple and easy so that they can go and spread the word. So that's pretty much our task from here on in. I'm going to try and do this as quick as we can. Guys, stick around for another 5 or so. I'll try and fast track it a little bit, but it'll be worth your while definitely sticking around. Okay, so we've pre-framed everything. We've got that commitment discussion. We've had that up front, so we've got the bargain made. Okay, so what happens is once they've agreed to it, the law of commitment comes into play. Don't forget. So once someone's agreed, they'll commit. Generally, people agree, and then they stick. People want to stick to their commitments. So the law of commitment comes right into it here. Just by getting them to agree or acknowledge or commit, they're going to be more likely to stick to that commitment because they've kind of made a public declaration of it to you, and therefore it's real. They've displayed their commitment. In fact, they're actually, we want them to be positioned. We want it positioned so they're excited. They're actually hoping that eventually you're going to ask. So that's the cool thing about this. Now, but we're going to make getting referrals swim. It's going to be like swimming downstream. Yeah, okay. It's going to make it really easy. We want them. They're going to be pre-sold right up front, so there's no hard sell at the end. There's no weirdness about referrals. It just becomes the next logical step. So I'm going to give you 4 steps here, guys. Grab a clean sheet of paper. I'm going to give you the 4 things that you need to do when you harvest these referrals. Okay. So grab your stuff. I'll walk you through each one. Number 1, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to congratulate them. So number 1, we want to congratulate them on their win. So you've been watching for the win, and you're looking for that referral moment. So as soon as you spot it, you're going to make sure you congratulate them about it. Okay, we're not just when they've had some wins, but we're going to make when they're feeling great, they're feeling good, and we're going to help them feel good about you, about themselves, and about their future. The 3 things: make them feel good about you, make them feel good about themselves. But the third thing we're trying to do is make them feel good about their future. I used to say something like, and you can listen to this back in the recording later, guys. I'll just give you my scripting and you can listen to it later. I used to say, so guys can say, hey guys, congratulations, Fred and Mary, congratulations on tidying up that super, or starting your transition to retirement strategy. I said that we've been able to knock down 12,000 off your tax this year, which is really great. That was one of the goals we set for each other. And and we're also at the same time we've knocked down 12,000, but we're also going to get more money into your super so that you can retire. Well, we've worked out you're going to be able to retire 4.5 years earlier than what we thought. So awesome work. You must be feeling really, really good about that and about what we've done together. Would you agree? And they say, yeah, they feel great. So we're going to help them and congratulate them. Yeah, you must be over the moon that we're sort of, we've set this all up and it's all in motion now and we've got everything going, right? Is that fair? And they say, yeah. So we're trying to take them on a journey, take them up a mountain, make them feel really, really good and get them to acknowledge that you've done a really good job. Okay, so that's number 1. So we're going to congratulate them. Number 2, we're going to then remind them. So once they're feeling good, they're on a high, we've got them feeling really awesome. We're going to remind them about the bargain. We've congratulated them, and now we remind them. Okay, so you remember when we first met, we went through our commitment statement, and we talked about all the things that I was going to do for you, and the things I needed from you in our relationship. You remember that conversation? And remember it was that 1-page joint commitment statement that we did together. Remember that? And sometimes I actually grab the commitment statement out because it's in the file. I just grab it and I just sort of show them where they've signed off on the bottom there. I actually grab it and show them, and they say, yeah, I do. They say, yes, of course they remember because they can see it in front of them. I say, well, some of the things I said I'd do for you, and basically it would be insert wins here. So some of the things I said I'd do for you, I fixed up this super, and I've sorted your budget, we've sorted the budget, we've reduced your tax, or given you certainty about your future retirement, or set up your insurances, or saved your money on your insurance, or fixed up your cash flow, or made you feel good about your future, or got you to retire early. I just want you to build a value stack, whatever you've done, value stack out of it, and list them out one by one by one, so that they know all the advantages, all the things that you've done in your work together. And again, remember, I'm doing this at the handover meeting generally. And so you're building a list of all the things that you've done for them. And and what I say is, and I feel like I've kept my end of the bargain. Would you say that? Or would that be fair? Or do you agree with that? I feel like I've kept up my end of the bargain. And they, you know what? They just say, yeah, I agree. They just say that all the time because you've just rattled it off, and you have. As long as you keep your end of the bargain, well, you've kept your end of the bargain, right? Remember, one of the things that we agreed was that if you believe that I add value, and if I think you're the right type of person, because I don't ask everybody, I promise you that you promise that you'd be a really good referrer for our business, and with the right type of clients, and you'd be prepared to refer if you felt that you'd had value and we got on well together. Do you remember that? You said you refer me to your network or other important people so that they could get some value out of the work you do. People sort of equivalent caliber to you, like I said. Just like you, so I can show them the work that we do and how we can help them as well. That way I can spend more time working for you and working on your portfolio and growing your super fund or whatever, so that I don't have to waste so much time being out there looking for new clients. Remember that? And they say, yeah, I remember that, because they do. It was part of the commitment. Well, guys, the fact is, I've absolutely loved working with you. In fact, if I had a magic wand, I would love to build a business based on a platform of people just like you. You're my ideal client, and I've really, really enjoyed working with you guys so far. Okay, so we're going to remind them of the deal. I'm going to position it that they're awesome. Next thing, so the next thing we want to do, we want to invite them. So we're going to give them the invitation. You're in, basically. So now what we're going to do, we're going to let them know that they are one of the people that are allowed to refer to you. And we're going to say something like, so based on our work together, so far we've had lots, and the wins that you've had, I'd really love to invite you to be one of the people that's allowed to refer as part of our exclusive VIP referral program. How does that sound? How would you feel about being able to refer other people as part of that program? And, you know, normally they say, yeah, that'd be great. I'm in. I made it. I've been allowed. I was hoping to be able to refer, and he's just invited me, or she's just invited me. Absolutely fantastic. So we've congratulated them. We've reminded them of the win. Now we've invited them, and we've offered them a position in this, what I call the VIP section of our business, which is our referral program. So number one, yeah. Number two, we've reminded. Number three, we've invited them. Number four, well, we're going to show them how, and we're going to make it easy for them. Okay, so the next thing I'll say, so Fred and Mary, let me show you how we do that in our business. And what I do is I pull out two tools. How many tools? I pull out two tools, and I'm going to make it simple for them to eat their sushi. No, to refer clients. Number one, the first one is I pull out an envelope or a pouch. And inside that envelope, like Adam mentioned earlier, there's 3 VIP referral cards. Why 3? Well, if you just give them one and they give it to someone who doesn't do anything with it or is the wrong fit, well, then you put all your eggs in one basket. It's not enough. If you give 10, it's kind of douchey, first up, and secondly, it devalues the card. So I reckon, you know, as you're probably aware, I reckon 3 is the perfect number for this. So that's the first tool, the VIP referral vouchers or gift certificates or whatever you want to call them for you. And there's a template. These are all templated, and you can have exactly these. You can have them in their Word doc. You can change the words and do whatever you want. Put your own logos and pictures on there. So that's number one. So it's the VIP program. So that's number one. But number two, we also give them what I call a VIP May You Invite Your Friends letter. It's a piece of paper that I put right in front of them, right at the front of the folder, the compendium folder, and it's called the referral instructions. May you invite your friends. It's got 3 headings on there. Number one, it's got, can I invite my friends to join you? Number one. Number two, it's got, how do I invite my friends to join? And it explains exactly what you want them to do and how to introduce you. And number three, it's got, will you look after my friends? So we're going to remove the referral risk, and we're going to make them feel certain that when they refer, their friends are going to get assured of an awesome experience. They're, you know, just what they've had, because they've just told you how good a job that you've done, and because we want to make sure that they don't feel bad if we do something wrong, blah, 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 that sort of thing. All right? So just quickly, may you invite your friends? Yes, you may, certainly. Like all business people, I've got enough work to do. You see, my aim is to advise and coach you to the point where your financial situation is reset and we create a brand new base to start from. I then need time to monitor and maintain your strategy to ensure that we're going to achieve all the goals we discussed together. That's why it's important that I don't waste my time if they're looking for new people to work with. With a steady stream of high-quality clients, in my business will be able to both profitable and enjoyable. Because remember, we've positioned this at the start. Profit and enjoyment allow me to continue what I do at a higher level, because that's what you've come to expect. So number one, can you join? Yes, you're in. I'd love you to. Second, how do you invite? The way you do it is, and you can do however you want your people to invite you, but this is what I used to say. First, tell your friend about the experience with me. Be as detailed as you can. They'll be in a better position to judge whether we provide the type of advice and coaching that they'd like. If after hearing about me, your friend wants to come and see me, you could do it in one of two ways. Number one, you could ask them to phone up. It'd be nice if you could call my assistant, Daniela, or whoever your assistant is, to alert her to expect so that we can greet your friend properly, number one. Number two, you could also ask your friend if he or she would be okay for us to phone them. Just phone us and let us know what the best way to reach them and what the best time is, and we'll be happy to call. Either way, we'll be delighted to hear from you. So see what we've done. Not only have we said, yes, you can refer, but we've also taught them exactly how you want to do them. And we've also given them the referral cards as a gift that they can give their friends, so it's really easy as well. Will we look after your friend? This is the third and most critical part of the lot. When you recommend a friend to a business, it's important that your friend is happy with the service, otherwise it reflects badly on you. We recognise that we have to please your friend so that you can feel good about having sent them to us, and we don't take that responsibility lightly. You can expect that we'll heartily thank you for giving a friend the invitation. We will reassure you that your friend is going to be grateful for you arranging a complimentary coaching or advice session with me, and then just thanks in advance for helping me grow my business, and in turn allowing yours and your friends, because mine were business clients that I was after, business to grow as well. So we've just removed that referral reluctance, that fear that you're not going to do the right thing by the client as well. Okay. And then we give them, so they get the letter and they get the 3 VIP referral cards as part of that process. So what have we done? What have we done? We've planted the seed. So we've planted the seeds in your client, inside your client's mind, so that if you've done well and they had a good experience, you're going to tap them on the shoulder one day and maybe ask them for referrals. Number 2, we've watered. We've watched for the win, and we've looked for that referral moment. Number 3, you've harvested. You've congratulated them on the wins, you've reminded them of the bargain, and you've invited them to be invite them because they're the type of person that you want in their business. Guys, is this making sense? I'd love to know. Any idea where to get awesome envelopes, mate? Just go to Officeworks. That's where I used to get out. At the end there, I used to just we used to have a blue envelope which was in our colour, and we used to print our logo on the thing. We had a pretty good printer here, but yeah. So just make it a nice envelope. It doesn't have to be really special, but just to give you an example. Guys, I'd love to just quickly pause. I know we're a little bit over time, but I'd love to know, really, really important this is, I'd love to know what your biggest takeout was from this. I know I sped up that little bit at the end there, but you get the picture. We plant, we water, we harvest. So what's been most valuable for you? What's been your biggest takeout out of this? How could you see that this can work? Well, how could this work in your business? Please take just a minute to type that in. All of the tools that I've showed you today will be in the vault when JD uploads. It'll either be in there this afternoon or be Monday because it takes a long time to upload the video. But I'd love to know what's sort of landed with you the most. Planting the seeds early. Thank you, Rob. Great. Love the scripting. So natural, not pushing. Exactly. Very natural. You're just having a conversation. So what I did there for you, I read it out for you so you can see it, but it's just a conversation. I can say that without reading it. It's just a conversation. That's all we're talking about here. All right, so really, really good. It's natural from your end, and it's them keeping the bargain. As long as you hold up your end of the bargain, that's all we've got to do. Just do a good job. And it says, I like the smooth transition, thank you, not awkward, just prompting and reminding them of their wins. That's all we're doing. We're simply getting our clients to acknowledge what they've done and making sure they appreciate it, and then we're going to come home to, it's all going to come home to harvest. Plant the seed at the start. Complete revamping of our referral process. Absolutely, man. It just becomes part of the conversation. Lee says, making the conversation smooth. Totally, Lee. How effective is the process? How effective is how effective this process is? That's not a question. Hopefully that's what you got out of it. Great. Upfront expectation will improve the client's experience and result in more referrals. Totally, Guru. Make it a normal part of the process and just watch the flow. Yes, Mark. How the system can set the expectation in the client's minds to make it easier. This is great, guys. Planting the seed from day one. Invisible influence. Thank you, Nathan. That's the word I was looking for, invisible influence, and I probably should have put it into my presentation. But yeah, we've just installed invisible influence. Very good. Repeat the same process with every client over and over again without fail, saying a yes, because it just becomes part of the script. That's why going through the corporate profile is so critical, because we can get to the commitment statement, which is the critical part of the referral process. See how it all just flows into each other? It's a knock-on effect. Incorporating the expectation with the right clients. Yes, Susan, exactly. From here, I can ask and coach them when we have wins and have a couple I can work with now, good wins, so don't have to wait for the first meeting. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it, mate. Terry, exactly right. Awesome, guys. I think my next question here is, are you getting it? And yeah, from those comments, yes, it seems like you are getting it. Really, really cool. Hey, what I want you to know, seriously, this is one of the, if not the best referral systems that it doesn't, not just for financial planning, by the way, it's for any business, but I reckon it just makes it easy and easy for you to do and easy for them to follow as well. It's how to position the deal right up front. There's no confusion, and it comes time to cash in. When it comes time to cash in, you've got a smooth process, professional, casual approach to do something that's traditionally really, really hard. It's actually a bit taboo in financial planning land as well. There's nothing like the old 1980s douchebag stuff with your pen poison 5 names from your mobile phone and that sort of thing. We just don't do any of that pushy stuff. We've got a referral pipeline, and it brings in leads and prospects and clients every single month from your current clients, and I reckon that's the untapped market. All right? Really simple conversation. It's a series of steps. You just follow the steps, and people stand by their agreement because people want to do that. And what it'll do, guys, if you do this, it's going to multiply your referrals tenfold. Game plan, really simple this week. Okay, what I want you to do, I just basically on the game plan sheet, there's Project 1, Project 2, and Project 3. All I want you to do this week, I want you to write down 3 things that you could do out of today's session to start this process. So Project 1, what's something quick and dirty that's going to take you 2 minutes to get done? Like, first thing could be, once the video is uploaded, go into the Coaching Club session from today and download the tools. Number 2 could be, take my branding off and put your branding on, and walk through the wording and make sure it's perfect for you. And then number 3 could be, have the conversation with the next client. Okay, that's all I want you to do, just something quick, nasty, and dirty that you can get 3 things from today's session in place and up and running for you. Okay, so that's really where the game plan is. All right, guys, cool session today, but I've got another really awesome session. We're still in referrals month next month, and guys, the focus is still, I'm going to keep it on client referrals this time. We'll do strategic. We've done a bit on strategic alliances, so I'm going to talk a bit more about client referrals next week as well. Would that be cool with you guys? I hope it is. Like I said, they're an untapped gold mine, and I'm on a mission to make your lives easier so that you get other people doing the work for you. All right, so I want you to think about it. Think about it. What's the average income from an average client? 2,000, 3,500, 6,000, some. And how long does an average person stay with you? Well, they stay, sort of 3, 5, 7 years or so. So if you calculate those out, your average fees per client multiplied by the amount of years that they stay with you, $4,000 client stays with you, $4,000 a year, 7 years they stay. That client's worth $28,000. That means every single client's worth $28,000 on average in gross revenue to your firm. So what if those people that stayed with you for that 7 years were consistently sending referrals? Think about the average client value then. It's absolutely amazing. So it's worth making the effort to get this referral strategy right. It's going to give you enormous client value over time. So, guys, what I'm going to do next time, I'm going to share with you another 5 client referral strategies that we've used here at Southern Financial and at Accounting Focus. I want to make sure that you're armed and dangerous when it comes to getting people to give it for you, giving value, and having clients talk about you and introduce you to their friends. Okay, so I want you to have people do the work for you so you don't have to find new clients. I'm going to give you 5 simple and easy high-end strategies that you can implement that are going to show you, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and give you the tools to do it as well, make it easy for you as well. So that's where we're going next week. Guys, I think we can, I'm sorry I'm so late, but you can get how passionate I am about referrals. They're untapped and they're going to be absolutely amazing for you. Guys, I think we can call the session done. I thank you so much for all the interaction, loving your questions, loving those few people who are welcoming new members to the group. I'll just say that again. I'm loving those few people who are welcoming and making people feel welcome when they join the group. Love a few more to be doing that and interacting. That'd be really awesome from my end. Hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed the session. I've had a ball and I hope you got real value out of that. So guys, thanks for your interaction. Stay awesome, everyone. I've got my 30-year school reunion on this weekend, so heading down to Collie. It's down to my little country town where I was from, so going to have an absolute blast. Got my haircut yesterday and looking absolutely smick, I have to say. So, all right, guys, take care, everyone. Stay awesome, and we'll see you really, really soon. Thank you, guys.